Yeah. Today was bad. Really, really bad. I must have gotten deja vu watching this game. A really, really bad loss at home. Oh, man. What's up, y'all? Blitzball champ here. Got to go over this travesty of a football game. Carolina Panthers fall to 4-5, losing to the visiting New England Patriots by a score of 24-6. 24-6. In 3 games, the Panthers have only been able to score 1 touchdown in 3 games. Now I'm gonna get to Sam and all the bad points in a moment, but I gotta start off with this: 1 touchdown in 3 games. Do we still have Joe Brady fans out there? Hmm? We still got Matt Rule fans out there? Hmm? Sam Darnold? I think it's over, y'all. I believe the Sam Darnold experiment is over for good. But not just that, 1 touchdown in 3 games. How much longer are we going to continue, or just in general, how much longer are folks going to continue to vouch for Matt Rule and Joe Brady? How much longer is it going to take? This isn't good. And they are not good. I mean, yeah, Sam is bad, but it's not just Sam, y'all. It's the coaching staff. Think about it. 1 touchdown in 3 games. Y'all don't think the coaching deserves some blame? It's not 100% on Sam Darnold. I mean, it's bad. But more and more we're being shown that this offense as a whole, Sam, O-line, coaching, play calling, when it rains, it pours. And today was like a freaking blizzard. Hey, sir, NAB 50, good to see you. Thanks for chiming in. Sam, too. Offense is horrible. Offense is horrible. Yeah, you're right. Clean house on the offense. Something's got to be done. Something's got to be done. I mean, I've been saying Joe Brady's had to go for a while. And like I said, the Sam Darnold experiment is over. Sam ain't it. Sam ain't it. Sam's decision making bad. Joe Brady bad. And I'm at the point where I feel like Coach Matt Rule ain't so good. And honestly, if something's not done, then it's on Tepper And also on Mr. Fitterer. Oh, Matt Paradis has a torn ACL. Oh, well, that's it for him. Looks like it's going to be Sam Tecklenburg uh, for the rest of the season. Paradis might as well retire. I didn't think he was that old. Is he in his mid-30s? I thought he was like 29 or 30, but dang, that sucks. Torn ACL. But I mean, you would think from the stats, Mac Jones, who didn't even do that good. He didn't even do that good today. I mean, 12 of 18, 139 yards, a touchdown, a pick, got sacked twice. Not exactly impressive numbers. We are not out of the Watson trade. Well, I mean, if it's going to happen, it's going to have to be in the offseason because the trade deadline's over. So, watch Tepper will throw a fit. He better do something, sir. He better do something. But right now, the Patriots not good. We could have beat them with better offense. Um, I mean, they did run the ball on us well. I mean, they got 151 rushing yards. I mean, they didn't do that much. They didn't do that much in the air, but they got us on the run game though. They did get us on the run game. I give Matt one more year. Would you really give Matt one more year? I don't know. I'm at a crossroad with that. I'm at a crossroad with that because it's like I don't see any passion. I don't see any sense of urgency, not even from Matt Rule, to be honest with you. We could have won the last 5 games and including Atlanta. Yeah, you're right. We should honestly, on paper, we could have been at least 7-2 right now, at least. But going over this game, let's see. Sam Darnold, 16 of 33, 172 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, got sacked once. Yes, one more year. Matt probably not ready. He doesn't even know when to take Darnold out the game. 3 more picks. Blitz. Wait, what do you mean 3 more picks? Yeah, yeah, 3 picks. He threw 3 picks. Although two of them were his fault. The one intercepted by the D lineman. I won't blame Sam on that one. That was just a good jump, good heads up play. But the other two, one into the end zone, that was bad. The other one, I can understand the difficulty throwing on the run, but he really should have thrown that one out of bounds. I would not have tried to throw that to Ian Thomas. He should have thrown that one out of bounds. So those 2 picks, I definitely say were on Sam. But the one at the D line, I can't put that on Sam. I can't put that on Sam. But still, overall, bad game. Stephon Gilmore did get a pick against his former team, but yeah, just but at the same time, Sam bad. Sam Darnold experiment definitely should be over. But I blame Matt Rule for not taking him out the game after that 3rd pick. I blame Matt Rule for not taking him out that game. He should have taken him out that game. Shout out to Brian Burns. Oh yeah, I was gonna get to that in a little bit, but yes, Mac Jones, dude, you're a freaking dirty player. You know what you did. You ate the strip sack, and then you're gonna hold on to Brian Burns' foot, which honestly could have been the prelude to him getting hurt. I mean, after all, he was taken out of the game after that play. I don't know if that was the same foot that he injured. I don't know if that was the same foot that he injured when he went out again, but at that second time, he couldn't put weight on that foot. He couldn't put weight on that foot. And I think it was the same foot, but not too sure. The media didn't show it because Mac Jones is their golden boy. I mean, it was a flat out dirty play. Straight up dirty play. And he should be fined. Between a fine or a suspension, at least a fine. At least a fine. Because you can tell that it was intentional. I could understand if, like, the dude tried to trip him up or something like that. If it was like a trip up, I mean, yeah, I could understand, just salty trip up. But nah, the dude literally held his foot, pulling his foot, and he kind of twisted a little afterwards. That was intentional. And I dare any Patriots fan to say, like I said, y'all got the win. But I dare any Patriots fan to come in here and say that wasn't intentional, that wasn't dirty. I dare you. I dare you to say that wasn't intentional or that wasn't dirty. Because you know it was. Look back at it. You know it was dirty. Shout out to Frankie Louvu, who's becoming one of the best at his position. Yes, he is doing very well. That was definitely a good pickup. But like I said, y'all got that win. Y'all got that win. But I better not hear jack about Mac Jones. Oh, that wasn't intentional. Bull crap. Robbie, one catch for 2 yards. Yeah. I mean, the sad thing about it, leading receiver, Christian McCaffrey. And also in the run game. Like, Joe Brady, what the heck? What the heck happened to spreading the ball out on the ground? McCaffrey got 14 carries, 52 yards. DJ got 2. Sam scrambled for 3. Chuba Hubbard only had 3 carries. Amir Abdullah only 1. What happened to spreading the ball around? And even still, C-Mac still had to get more touches. Now, I mean, is it just one of those things where nobody else was doing anything and they just had to turn on and feed Christian McCaffrey? Maybe. But wow. Sean Chandler is not at that strong safety. To be honest, he's too little for strong safety. Last 4 weeks has been getting ran over. That is a fair point. What's up, Romes? Saw you in the PMP chat. Yeah, I was in there for a good bit. But like this offense, oh my God, this offense. I mean, sure, they only gave up 1 sack, but Sam Darnold was running for his life. And it doesn't help with his bad decision making. But Saints fan, what's up? Didn't y'all say Darnold was better than Teddy? No, I never once said that. I never once said that. At the end of the day, when Teddy was here, we were 5-11, and he was 0-8 on comebacks. I mean, if anything, you can put any quarterback with us, good or bad. If we don't fix that O-line, it's not going to matter that much, Saints fan. If we don't fix that O-line, it's not really going to matter that much. I mean, shoot, we could get Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers and whatnot. But we don't fix that O line, it's not going to be that big of a difference in outcome. So it's Darnold. Darnold doesn't scan the field. Yeah. But here's where the bad news comes in. We're not going to have a choice but to ride Sam Darnold for the rest of the season unless Matt Rule and Mr. Fitterer and Mr. Tepper swallow their pride, maybe sign Cam Newton on a rental, or take a chance and see what PJ Walker can do. I mean, there's not really a lot of options there. There's not really a lot of options there. Teddy should have got another year and kept the draft capital. Perhaps. I'm not going to dispute that. I'm not going to dispute that. But you know, you have to also think when we did have Teddy, where did we struggle? Third downs, red zone, and when falling from behind. So this year, it's not really that much different. Just a little bit worse of a quarterback compared to Teddy. But I mean, we can't be so high on that. I mean, after all, now he's on a different team. Rule has to figure it out. 70 million on the table. Yeah. I mean, way I see it, like, what is there really to lose in signing Cam on a rental other than pride? And at the same time, I mean, rolling with PJ is just as much of a risk because he hasn't really proven anything. So I mean, unfortunately, y'all fans, we're stuck with Sam Darnold till the end of this year. But he has to go. They're going to have to swallow their pride. Let him go at the end of the season. Especially, I understand we picked up his 5th-year options. He's owed that $18 million, and we're just gonna have to pay him that anyway. But right now, unless they're gonna make a move and give PJ a shot or go sign Cam, we're stuck with Sam Darnold. And that's just how it is. I mean, we've made our bed. Now we've got to lay in it, and we look like clowns for it. And I'm guilty of that just as much as any other Panther fan. I'm guilty of that as well. I mean, we've made our beds. We have to lay in them. Start PJ now. PJ needs the reps. No more USC players, please. Oh man. Yeah. There seems to have been a trend. But I just don't get how it goes from Robbie and DJ getting 1,000 yards and can't even get a catch in some games. Saints fan, it's weird because in the Atlanta game, Sam was actually throwing good balls. He was throwing good balls. Wide receivers just weren't making the catches. So it's just there's a lot of inconsistency. You even look at last season. Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater racked up those passing yards. We had the 1,000-yard receivers, but yet look at their touchdowns. I think with DJ and Robbie combined, I think they might have had just under, if not 10 touchdowns. We couldn't even score in the red zone. So there's just a lot of inconsistencies with the offense, whether it's quarterback play calling, offensive line, and just overall execution. it's just been bad these last couple of years. I mean, thankfully we've been able to tweak and improve and power up our defense, but the defense is suffering because our offense can't sustain drives and put points on the board. I mean, shoot, y'all, we're going to mess around and Zane Gonzalez is going to be our top scorer of the whole freaking season. Shoot, we're going to mess around and our kicker, Zane Gonzalez, is going to be the second kicker ever to be in line for an MVP in the NFL. Shoot. It's sad. It's royally sad. You know, Christian McCaffrey, he did what he could do. You know, unfortunately, he had the fumble. Good job on the heads up play for Ian Thomas, but still not enough. But Christian does what Christian does, and he at least got over 100 yards from scrimmage. But just our offense, other than Christian McCaffrey, we really just our offense just couldn't get anything going. I mean, looking at third down, we're 3 of 11 today on third downs. 3 of 11. We went from 10 and 17 last week to 3 and 11 today. It's ridiculous. Even early in the game when we were winning the turnover battle, still couldn't capitalize with touchdowns. I mean, look at that time of possession. 27 minutes, 31 seconds. Yikes. Just not good. We had 8 passing first downs and 5 rushing first downs. We racked up too many penalties. 10 penalties, 83 yards on 10 penalties. Dennis Daly, horrible. Yeah, just honestly, is there really a positive spark on our offensive line? I mean, normally I'd say Taylor Moton, but Taylor Moton struggled this year. This has not been one of his good years. Let's keep it real. This hasn't been one of his good seasons. But yeah, he done got pizzade. Oh, man. Red zone. 0 of 2 today in the red zone. 0 of 2. It's bad. The interceptions, one of them being a pick six. Like I said, Sam should have just thrown it away. I wouldn't have even tried to get it to Ian because he threw that ball way over Ian Thomas. I mean, I understand that it's hard to make throws on the run. I get it, especially when you're being chased after. But you got to make the smart play and throw it out. You got to throw it out of bounds. You got to make the smart play. So, but yeah, two of those interceptions, I blame Sam. But the third one, or actually the second one that he threw, just the D lineman just made a good play, made a good jump. So that was just skill right there. But yeah, the pick six and then the pick in the end zone, that just, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. And then, of course, Robbie Anderson threw his helmet down, cussing out Sam Darnold. You pretty much know that relationship's over. That's a done deal. Robbie Anderson pretty much, if it was up to him, he'd be out of here and wouldn't want to have anything to do with Sam Darnold. Shoot, when Brian Burns got hurt, you could see the mood and expression on Hassan Reddick's face. And like I said, Mac Jones, you're a dirty player for that. You're a dirty player for that. Y'all might have gotten this win, but you're a dirty player for that. And if anybody else thinks otherwise after that play, delusional. I wonder how DJ Moore feels. Honestly, I'm not so sure he's going to get 1,000 yards receiving this season. I mean, shoot. Sam Darnold can barely even graze 200 yards passing. Like, it's that bad. Yeah, DJ Moore's at 645 receiving yards right now. That's it. Dang, man. It's just bad. You think DJ will resign? Not if Sam Darnold's the quarterback. Shoot. Unless we have a solid quarterback. I don't think so. I mean, it's at that point where we haven't really thrown deep much compared to last season. And it's just more of the same stuff once again this season, which is why I am not convinced that Matt Rule really should get a third year. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? I'm just more and more seeing this. I'm not convinced that Matt Rule should get a third year. I'm just not. You know, maybe I'm wrong, and I can accept that if I'm wrong, but I just don't feel like he's legit showing that he's earned a third year. I don't see it. I don't see it. I just see a lack of passion and urgency and just a lack of good decision making. Because you have to also think, you know, was playing Sam Darnold the right decision? Which, like I said, I can understand the idea of him giving us more of a chance than PJ Walker. But then again, you gotta think, you know, what's the smarter decision. So I mean, you know, unfortunately, going with him ended up being the bad decision. Yes, one more year with new OC and a new quarterback. Well, definitely new OC should be a thing, and quarterback. Better O line. Here's the thing, and like I said, maybe this will change with excuse me for a moment. Just ignore that in the background. If you ask me, I understand we have Scott Fitterer now as our GM, but a part of me is still not convinced that this organization is sold on us lacking an O-line and going out to get some O-line. And the reason why I say that is because we've had this issue for a long time, even when we had Cam. It may not have been a big enough problem when we had Cam, but with Cam being sacked 291 times in his entire career with Carolina, it was still an issue. Maybe not as bad now, or maybe not as bad as compared to now, but it was still an issue. And it's been an issue. It's just even worse as the years went by post Cam Newton. And I'm just not confident that this organization is going to double down and fix it. But maybe Scott Fitterer will. I mean, this is his first season as GM. So I'm going to have my eyes on him come off season. But this can't continue. Because if it continues, then when you think about it, why should, a lot of people want Deshaun Watson. Why should he come here? If he can't be protected, why should he come here? He's been sacked 170 something times with Houston. Why should he come here? Sam Darnold's the fourth most sacked quarterback in the league right now. Why should Watson come here? So he can get killed? Unless the O-line gets fixed, it's going to be more of the same result. So that's something that has to seriously be addressed in all seriousness. And not to mention, I think more and more evidence is being showed week after week that Teddy Bridgewater was right about how this offense is ran and how we do with red zone. It sounds like Teddy Bridgewater was right. Because we're still trash in the red zone. We're still trash on third downs on offense. Anyways, I'm really hoping that Brian Burns will be okay. But he couldn't put any weight on that foot. So yeah, I'm nervous about that. But Christian McCaffrey was our leading rusher with 14 carries, 52 yards, and our leading receiver, 4 receptions, 54 yards. Like I said, we did get some turnovers, a fumble recovery from a strip sack from Brian Burns picked up by Frankie Louvu, and Stephon Gilmore got an interception. So already Stephon Gilmore making more of an impact in his first 2 games compared to the offense. Can you believe that? Jeremy Chin was the leading total tackles with 11, but Shaq had the most solo tackles with 6. A sack from Hassan Reddick and a sack from Brian Burns. But yeah, I mean, Zane did his thing, the 2 field goals. He did his thing. We're set at kicker. Like I said, Zane Gonzalez might end up being our leading scorer of the season if this offense can't get in the freaking end zone. But yeah, J.C. Jackson got 2 picks, one of them for a pick 6, and then Jamie Collins Sr. got the other one. So it was just bad. It was just really bad, y'all. And then what makes matters worse, we got the Cardinals next. In Arizona. Oh, we're about to get destroyed. We're about to get destroyed in Arizona. Oh, man. Get ready, y'all. It's gonna get worse before it gets even any shade of better. It's gonna get worse. I mean, we lost this bad to a Mac Jones led Patriots, and now we're getting ready to go into next week and play the Arizona Cardinals, who have only lost what, one game? Shoot, we in serious trouble. Shoot, it's gonna take an act of God for Carolina to beat the Cardinals. We'd have to have all the luck and everything would have to be picture perfect for us to even have the slightest chance of beating the Cardinals. And I don't want to hear nothing about no, well, we beat them last year. No. Mm-mm. Come on. Come on now. Come on now. You know they've been a better team more and more year after year since Kyler Murray came into the league. They've been getting better and better, and look at them now. Look at them now. So, and look at them now. They're whipping up on San Francisco 23-7 right now. And do I think we have a chance of beating the Cardinals? Yeah. No. It's bad. And this is just another, I mean, this game is just pretty much about as bad, if not more, than the Giants game. But 3 games and only 1 touchdown. This coaching staff has got to take more hits that they've been taking. Because it's bad. Robbie Anderson, frustrated. Joel Valesco says, is the Panthers season over? I mean, officially, no, but it's getting close. It is getting very close. No playoffs. I do agree with that. No playoffs. I do agree. No playoffs. You know, I was hopeful for 10 wins, but shoot, I don't think those 10 wins are going to happen. That was my original prediction, was 10 wins. I don't think them 10 wins are going to happen, y'all. I can keep it real. I don't think those 10 wins are going to happen. You know, I'm not going to take back my prediction, but the 10 wins that I was predicting, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'm just saying. But no, I'm not going to officially say it's over, but it's definitely, it's looking that way. More and more, it's looking that way. Because the defense just can't keep bailing out the offense. You know, a lot of people want to say defense wins championships, and I'm not saying that's wrong, but there is an offense as well as a defense. And if the offense ain't doing jack, then it's going to hurt the defense, because the defense can only do but so much when they're on the field all the time. Case in point, today we had 2 turnovers. A fumble recovery and an interception, and we couldn't even capitalize with touchdowns. I mean, we already don't really have that many takeaways this season so far. But with what takeaways we're getting, we're not turning them into touchdowns. Like I said, another big issue we've had last year. This is deja vu all over again, y'all. Brandon Stewart, my Cowboys suck today. I don't know what happened there. Like, I heard that Dak was struggling pretty badly. I was kind of shocked. Did they finish their game? Ooh, 30-16. Okay, well, Dak did a little something. 2 touchdowns, an interception. Teddy Bridgewater, 19-28, 249, a touchdown. Well, he got sacked 4 times. But dang. Yikes. But yeah, we got a lot of issues. And the thing is, looking at the Cardinals, they got no Kyler Murray, they got no DeAndre Hopkins, and they still whipping up on the San Francisco 49ers. With freaking Colt McCoy. We gonna mess around and we gonna have Colt McCoy beat the crap out of us next week. That Panther fans, are y'all ready for that? Shoot, that's scary. If we roll up in Arizona and we get beat by Colt McCoy, shoot, that's scary. That's scary. Oh man. Anyways, final score: New England 24, Carolina Panthers 6. Bad loss. I expect something to be done. Mr. Tepper, Coach Rule, somebody got to do something. I mean, swallow their pride and sign Cam. They got to do something. There's got to be a more surge of aggressive, just sense of urgency of fixing this. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we as fans just need to go ahead and just accept that Sam is going to be most likely the guy until the end of the season, unless they're going to get PJ to start or they're going to swallow their pride and give Cam a shot. I mean, what really do we have to lose now? I know a lot of people are saying, don't get Cam. You know what? What do we really have to lose? It's going to be a rental anyway. So, I mean, we might as well make something of it. I mean, pick your poison. If it comes down to, you know what? That'll be the question. Pick your poison. You ride Sam Darnold till the end of the season. You go ahead and activate and start PJ Walker and let him finish. Or do you sign Cam? Or at least attempt to sign Cam Newton? What are y'all's thoughts on that? Y'all had between those 3 options. Between those 3 options, what would you pick? I'm curious to see what the chat says. I'm very curious. because it's bad. Kevin McFarland says Josh Love as our quarterback. I saw that we did sign him to the practice squad. Kevin, do you know much about him? Do you know much about him? I'm curious. Joe Valesco says sign Cam Newton. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers would be cool, but it would have to be a postseason thing. I mean, we can't trade for him. We're past the trade deadline. We're past the trade deadline. He's pretty good actually. Oh yeah? The Happy Gamer, what's up? Welcome. Well, and anyone is better than Darnold. At this point, yeah. At this point, yeah. How old is Aaron Rodgers? I believe he is 36. I believe he's 36. No, 37. 37. He's 37. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is 37. Uh, what happened to the rebuild? Honestly, sir, I have no idea. We've been saying rebuild for like a number of years now. I mean, since Cam. Do you think the Panthers will have a 40-point scoring offense by the end of the season? Nope. Nope. Happy Gamer says sign Cam Newton. I mean, I would be okay with that. I mean, what do we really have to lose in that? I mean, he would be a rental. He would be a rental, at least to get us through this season. But I strongly don't feel that Sam Darnold will be the quarterback for next season. And I think they need to let him go and pay him his 18 million and just forget about that fifth year option. I feel like they should do that. But I mean, and then again, it also has to come down to would Cam Newton even want to come here after how we handled his release? Why should Cam even come back to Carolina with the way we handled his release? I'm just saying. I want to see some 2015 type offense. I see some good things, but we need to score touchdowns in the red zone. I mean, yeah, red zone issues is something we've had for like the past year or so. I mean, we suck in the red zone. Today we were 0 and 2. Like, and it's just going to show that maybe Teddy Bridgewater was right in that podcast that we just haven't practiced red zone offense because it's showing. It's showing. They are better off failing the season and drafting someone if they don't sign Cam. Now one thing I will say, especially for those that are on here for the first time, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't believe in tanking. I don't believe in tanking, regardless of the benefits of tanking. I look at tanking as a sign of quitting. I also think of it from the player's perspective. They don't get paid all that money to quit and tank. So why would I want the team to tank? Like I said, good benefit from that or not, it's a coward move because it's saying you're quitting in hopes for a better draft pick. I mean, that's essentially what it is, y'all. You know, that's just my thoughts on it, my opinion on it. But That's essentially what it is. Get the number 3 or 4 pick and draft a decent quarterback that can beat out Darnold. Now, I do have a feeling we could still end up getting a top 10 pick. I think the way that we keep going, we're probably going to get a top 10 pick. So, and like I said, and sir, you said it best. First round, we need an offensive line. And if you ask me, I think we need a combination of free agents and drafts for offensive line. I don't believe in an all rookie offensive line. I think we need a combo. We need a combo of free agents, veteran free agents, and draft picks, and build that O line there. I think we can get our offense to click. We just need some parts. Better play calling. That's one. Better decision making from Sam. That's two. Offensive line protection. I mean, yeah, they only gave up a sack, but Sam Darnold was pressured quite a bit. That's three. And the receivers got to catch the ball, something we did not see a lot of in the previous game, and that's four. So that's four things right there that really need to be fixed. As far as offense, we should trade to get a second round pick somehow. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how we're going to be able to do that, especially with the trade deadline over. I mean, we're gonna have to really. Mr. Tepper and Scott Fitter are going to really have to come with some sort of serious offseason game plan when it comes to draft, free agent signings. They need to really put their heads together, put their minds together, and they need to really go in this offseason to address the offense. I mean, I don't know. What do y'all think? We spent a draft class on the all defense. Should we do the same for all offense? Think about that. Will that happen? We will see. We can only see. Dale Yamamoto, thanks for checking in. Arizona 31, 49ers 9 without their top two players. Yeah. I have no doubt, Dale, that we're going to get destroyed next week. We're going to get destroyed next week. We're gonna end up falling to Colt McCoy. Sad. It's sad. Mactown Tony, welcome. Good to see you. We should have never let Cam go. David Tepper destroyed this team, hiring an unproven college coach and believing they could coach up Teddy and now Sam. Most of all, this blame should go to the owner. Yeah, it's at the point where Mr. Tepper's gotta take some of the blame. I mean, my whole thing was hiring Coach Matt Rule. We didn't spend enough time interviewing folks. We didn't even give Eric Bieniemy or Kevin Stefanski an interview. We should have been giving them an interview that offseason looking for a coach. But nah, Mr. Tepper, I'll sign Coach Matt Rule. He reminds me of myself. I think we'll do great. I see myself in Matt Rule. I'm like, okay, if he's a candidate, fine. But Eric Bieniemy, Kevin Stefanski. I mean, look at what Kevin Stefanski's doing in Cleveland. Look at what Eric Bieniemy was doing with the Chiefs. Got a freaking championship ring. Like, so that's the one thing with Coach Matt Rule is like we went to him as the conclusion too quick without really exploring enough candidates. Plain and simple as that. And then, I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, is he better than Sam? Sure. But at the same time, what happened? Offense still struggled. He was 0 of 8 in comeback attempts. Terrible red zone, terrible on third downs. We went with a younger quarterback in Sam Darnold, and it's pretty much worse. I mean, the only thing realistically, y'all, the only thing we can really give Teddy Bridgewater the credit for is he did help as far as spreading the ball around, and because of him, he was a big part of DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson getting over 1,000 yards receiving, Curtis Samuel getting 1,000 yards total scrimmage. That we can account to Teddy Bridgewater being a part of. I mean, and that's one of the reasons why I haven't given up on Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson never had 1,000 yards receiving until he came to Carolina. So I haven't quite given up on him yet. But you can definitely tell Robbie Anderson is furious. I mean, he was there on the sideline after that. Well, after the third, was it after the third interception? Threw his helmet down and cussing out Sam Darnold. You could tell Robbie Anderson was furious. Like he was about ready to get in his face and just, I was just like, just please don't swing on him. Just don't swing on him. But yeah, Robbie was furious. So just, and it's really affecting the team morale badly. Badly. Man. Mactown Tony says it's the scheme and the protection, but if you look at it, Teddy had 10 picks all last year, and Sam is at 10 now. Is he at 10 or is it 11? I thought it was 11. I thought it was 11 now, but you're probably right, 10. And we still got 8 games left. So who would you rather have now? Personally, Mactown Tony, I mean, I'd be okay with giving Cam a shot. I mean, what really do we have to lose? What really do we have to lose? It's either that or they're going to have to give PJ a shot and ride him and see what he can do. And that's as far as right now. That's as far as right now. It's either that or we have to ride Sam Darnold to the end of the season, which is looking like that's what's going to happen. Despite the turnovers, we may have to suffer the consequences of the decisions made and deal with Sam Darnold until the end of the season, regardless of the results. I hate to say that. It's not my first choice. It's not my top choice because I'd say, bite the bullet, swallow your pride, and give Cam Newton a shot if he's even willing to come back. Or you see what you can get out of PJ. But PJ Walker is going to be either hit or miss. And from his experience so far, it's looking more in the miss column than the hit column. I could be wrong. I would love to be wrong. But with PJ Walker, it's either going to be hit or miss, and it's most likely going to be miss. I'm at least 80% sure it will be a miss. I hate to say that, but there are just way too many negative factors on this offense that is starting to seep in and affect the defense. It's affecting the defense because the defense can't get no rest. Defense is playing their butts off week after week. They got 2 turnovers today, got a few sacks. The only thing is we may get knocked out of the top 5 defense before the end of this year, but the defense is doing their thing. But I just feel like more and more, if the Panthers organization don't start making better decisions and really treating everything that's been going on with a sense of urgency, nobody's going to want to play with us. And that's the thing that I say about Deshaun Watson. I know we all want Deshaun Watson, but if we're not doing anything to convince him to come over here, like making an effort to fix the O line or get him weapons and such, he come over here with this stank O line, he gonna get destroyed. The same with Aaron Rodgers, and he's an older quarterback. Everybody already saw how he did with folks like Steve Smith and Cam Newton. Shoot, we should have never let Andrew Norwell walk. Shoot, I think his entire time with Carolina, he never gave up 1 sack. We should have never let him go. There's an argument as to whether we should have kept or let go of Trey Turner. He had been dealing with injuries, but he was a multi-time Pro Bowler. So this organization's just not really keen on maintaining their best players. It sucks. It really sucks that it's been that way. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, it's such a demoralizing loss today, especially going into Arizona next week, a much more powerful team. Because you got to look back at the schedule. You got to look back at Carolina. You got to look at our terrible, like our worst losses of the season. They were against the Giants, and they were today against the Patriots. Those were the two worst losses of the season. And realistically, one of them shouldn't have even been that bad of a loss. Both of them I really feel like should have been wins, but oh man. I don't know, y'all. I just feel like it's gonna get worse before it gets better, and we just have to buckle up and be ready for it. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. I don't know what the record is gonna look like going into the bye week, especially with these next 3 games, but we'll just keep an eye out during this week. Hopefully something happens. Some sort of decisions are made. If anything, I just hope that the organization gets to the conclusion that Sam is not our guy. Sam Darnold is not our guy. Joe Brady is not our guy. Now, Sir Hen AB 50 suggests we give Matt Rule 1 more year with a new OC, new quarterback, all that jazz. And what do y'all think? Y'all still Y'all still believe Matt Rule deserves one more year? Let me know your thoughts on that. How about the career pick segment Sam has against the Patriots? He's still seeing ghosts and zombies. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's bad. It's really bad. I mean, dude's not going through his progressions and just it's not seeing things downfield very well. So Joe Valesco says yes to one more year for Matt Rule. Dale, how about you? Mactown Tony, how about you? Uh, Kevin McFarland, if y'all are still in the chat, happy gamer. I think Matt Rule gets one more year after this season, regardless of the results. One more year. Because I'm definitely on the fence. Well, not on the fence. I'm at a crossroad about it because I just yeah. That Town Tony says we have no choice, so that's a yes. Um, mm, I'll say this: if I had to choose between either keeping Joe Brady or Matt Rule, I would definitely keep Matt Rule. Joe Brady got to go. I think if one person on that staff should go, Joe Brady. We have no choice but to keep Matt and Sam. Yeah. Well, I mean, either way, Sam Darnold's got 18 million to be paid to him because we picked up the 5th-year option. So, ugh, yeah. I don't know because now it's like a lot of folks are saying Sam Darnold shouldn't even be playing in the league, period. So, if it's that bad, ugh. Yeah. Whew. I don't know about y'all, but I'm scared for next week. I'm scared for that game. I'm scared for them when they go to Arizona because that game, that's going to be a mollywhopping. Phil Snow is the only bright spot. He has shown improvement and he deserves a head coaching job now. Well, definitely he's brought a spark with this defense for sure. Definitely has brought a big spark with this defense. And I feel like the defense is pretty set for the future. But this offense is a dumpster fire right now. Ah, but yeah, y'all. I'm really nervous about the Arizona game. I don't think it's going to go well. We'll have to see what the week looks like. Let me ask y'all this. I got a question for y'all. Being that Christian McCaffrey played today, do y'all feel like he should have had more touches? Uh, do you think he should have had more touches? He had 14 carries on the ground game, and he had 4 catches, targeted 5 times, 4 catches. Y'all think they should have fed Christian McCaffrey more today? And at least it's a positive that he made it through the game. Joe Valesco says yes, should have had more touches. What is up with our special teams? And CMC was rusty. I mean, yeah, low yards per carry, but yeah, it's sad. Not one of his great games, but yet still ended up being the leading rusher and leading receiver. That just goes to show how terrible our offense is. And yeah, special teams, yeah, really bad. That might be another area where Chase Blackburn may have to be gone. He might have to be gone. But yeah, when y'all see that McCaffrey didn't put up great numbers, but was still the leading rusher and leading receiver today, you know the offense is bad. You know the offense is bad. So, oh man, wowzers. That's all I can say. But if anything, he made it through the game and he didn't get hurt. So I mean, we at least we know we got him back. But dang, that's another loss. With C-Mac as a starter, that's another loss. Brian Burns may miss a few weeks. Now we will miss having Perryman, Denzel Perryman. Yeah, for what it looks like, I mean, Brian Burns couldn't put any weight on that foot, so he's probably going to be out for a while. But at the same time, I think the prelude to that was Mac Jones when he twisted him up, which I hope he does get fined for that. He might not get suspended, but he deserves to get fined for that. He deserves to get fined for that. And he knows that was a dirty play. And I'll say it one more time. I dare any Patriots fan to come up in here and say that wasn't intentional or say that wasn't dirty, what Mac Jones did to Brian Burns. Because you know it was dirty. You know it was dirty. Hey, what's up, Super Trebo? They were even trolling us during games, showing Bill Belichick beside 3 tombstones and Darnold loses against Pats. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, bro. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, yeah. And shout out to VF Numbers. He's a Patriots fan, but he's a good Patriots fan. He's cool. He's cool. But yeah, this one hurts. This one hurts because it's another game where the offense couldn't score a single touchdown. Zane Gonzalez for special teams player of the week again. Shoot, Zane Gonzalez, he like I said, he might end up being our top scorer of the season. Shoot, Zane Gonzalez is going to kick his way into a big contract. Oh man, shoot, almost had a kick blocked, still made it in like it was nothing. Shoot, watch Zane Gonzalez is going to get Christian McCaffrey like money. uh Hey, what's up, Retribution Brown? Yo, Blitz, you saw that? Yeah, I did. I did. They said the Panthers only have 1 touchdown in the last 12 quarters. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So we are last in our division. Uh, yeah, Nathan John, thank you. Yeah, just got it today. Compliments to my brother for cutting the hair. Now I just got to shave this, which I'll do later. But yeah, we're last in our division. Yep, fourth in the NFC South. Yeah, Nathan, it's oh man. And I got a feeling it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. Just oh man. Sam throwing pick sixes. Should shave it all the time, looks better short. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Definitely right about that. Oh, dang. Sam Richard Darnold need to pack his bag and they need to call Cam Newton. So Retribution Brown, you also agree that maybe they take a gamble and sign Cam Newton. I mean, because like I said, what really do they have to lose? Because it would be a rental. It would be a rental unless they're planning on giving PJ Walker a shot, which he's hit or miss, which I think mostly miss. But I think we're gonna need to. We're probably gonna end up riding with Sam Darnold till the end of the season. Unfortunately, bro, sucks, but yeah. Sam doesn't know how to throw the ball away. Forces way too many throws. It's just dumb football. He'll never learn exactly the same things he did with the Jets. Yeah, like that interception he threw on the run, like I mean, it's bad enough he's on the run and being chased after defender. He should have just thrown it away. I mean, because even trying to force that, even to get that to Ian Thomas, threw him way overthrew him. He should have just thrown it out of bounds. In his direction, he should have just thrown it out of bounds. But like I said, two of those three interceptions, I blame Sam. The one where the defensive lineman picked off, I don't blame Sam. That I can't put that on him. That was just a good play on the defensive lineman. That was just a good heads up, jump up and snatch it out play. So um Cam and Tepper's oil and water now, pretty much. He needs to get cut. Yep. Immediately. Bro, that a fire sword picture behind you? Oh, that? Oh, that's the swordfish 2. I painted that. The swordfish 2 from Cowboy Bebop. Yep, spot on. He's just a drive killer. And not only that, 0-2 in the red zone, Nathan. 0-2 in the red zone. 3 of 11 on third downs. We went from 10 of 17 last week to 3 of 11 on third downs and 0 of 2 in the red zone. And penalties killed us too. We had 10 penalties, 83 yards. Yeah, done with Brady too. Yeah, Joe Brady. Yeah, he's got to go as well. He's definitely got to go. Hit the road, Joe. Don't you come back no more. Um, the Panthers don't play good at home. Only way they have to make the playoffs if they keep beating their NFC South rivals and hope for a seventh seed. This whole offense needs to be changed. Honestly, I mean, yeah, we've beaten the Falcons and the Saints, but it's gonna get really crazy come post bye week when we got to play the Bucks twice, and we definitely haven't shown that we can hang with any of those big record teams. Sam doesn't go through his progression. One look and he scrambles. just to make an incomplete pass or get the ball batted down. Do you know what his QBR was for today? You know what? Let's take a look. I believe they had it posted. Let's take a look. Jesus. His QBR was 3.0. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. 3.0, Nathan John. Or I'm sorry, that was Mactown Tony that asked that. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Yeah, Mactown Tony, it was 3.0. That was Sam Darnold's QBR today. And his passing rating was 26.3. So 26.3 rating, QBR 3.0. Yikes. Millions of fantasy football players need to WTF. Yeah. Yeah. 3.0. Oh Lord. Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, y'all. Let it all out. Let it all out. Let it all out. Y'all are free to let it all out. Poor defense did enough today. Offense just kills us every game. I feel so bad for those guys because they are actually playing really well. If we just had an average offense, we are a playoff team. Matt Tony says we can't win like that. Yeah, defense had 2 turnovers today. Stephon Gilmore, second game as a Panther, interception. Frankie Louvu with the fumble recovery after the Brian Burns strip sack. I mean, we can do well. We're starting to rack up takeaways, between these past 2 games, but yet offense ain't doing their part. And who do they resort to? Zane Gonzalez. Because when you think about it, with what we had last week, 19-13 was all we had last week. And then we go into this week, we get 2 turnovers. And we can't even get a touchdown. Oh, man. 2 field goals in the second quarter. Nothing in the second half. You heard about Odell Beckham Jr.? I heard that he has been released and is looking for another team. So Odell Beckham Jr. Is on the market. Nathan says we might be the first team to ever have a franchise kicker. Shoot, I'll do you one better. We're gonna mess around and Zane Gonzalez is gonna be the second kicker all time to be in the running for MVP. Remember, there's been one MVP kicker in history. Zane Gonzalez might he might be in the running this season. Shoot. Zane Gonzalez is sitting on the bench like, shoot, I'm doing my job. Zane Gonzalez is like, I'm doing my job. Shoot, y'all let me know when it's another fourth down in the red zone. Hey, VF numbers. Good game. But you better get your boy Mac Jones. You better get your boy Mac Jones, VF numbers. You know that was dirty. You know that was dirty what he did. You better get your boy Mac Jones. You know what I'm talking about. I love your VF numbers, but you know Mac Jones was dirty for that. You know he was dirty for that. Retribution Brown says, "Do you think he will be a Panther?" You know what? I'm gonna make that the current question. Would y'all take Odell Beckham Jr.? Would y'all put him on the roster? Me personally, I think he's too much of a drama queen. I think he reminds me of another TO, to be honest with y'all. I'm kind of iffy on Odell Beckham Jr. Give Zane Sam's money. His leg is gonna fall off. Okay, VF numbers. Yeah. At least you saw that. At least you saw that. Fair enough. Honestly, I think he should at least get fined. I don't think he'll get suspended, but I think he should at least get fined. It's bad that we lose, but when the questions are asked about what happened, Matt Rule can't give us straight answers. He keeps trying to defend Sam and throwing our defense under the bus. That I definitely feel like that is why I don't really have a lot of good things to say about Matt Rule, especially as far as showing passion, a sense of urgency to really get it together. Like, I don't see that from Matt Rule. I don't. I think the one time that I saw that from, like in the Falcons game, where he was just on the sideline after that opening fumble from Chuba Hubbard, he got all up on the offense. Why don't we continuously see that from Matt Rule? We don't see that consistently. That's a big problem I have with Matt Rule. Nathan John says no to Odell Beckham Jr. He isn't helping us win. I mean, he would if he made the catches. That would be a big help because right now, not many of our receivers are making the catches. So that might be the one advantage he may have is actually making the catches. VF number says Patriots should pick him up, or the Finns. Fines very likely. Gotcha. Retribution Brown says he might go to the Saints or the Patriots. Ugh, please not the Saints. Ew. We don't want to have to go up against them in our division. Nathan John says he protecting his golden boy Joe Brady. It annoys the crap out of me. Me too. Droppy Anderson can hit the road too. I would let him finish the season. And the only reason why I say that, Nathan John, is I'm not quite ready to give up on him because he is coming off an 1,000-yard receiving season, something he never had until he came to Carolina. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I'm willing to at least give Robbie Anderson the rest of this season. I didn't think Odell Beckham played quarterback and offensive line. It's a good question. Last time I checked, I don't know. Multi-talented, but yeah, I mean, Joe Velasco says, I believe Odell Beckham going to the Raiders. Actually, that probably makes the most sense. Him going to the Raiders probably makes the most sense. Off subject, but is there a new villain for Dragon Ball Super? When will we get the new DBS series? You're gonna really, really hate me for this, MacTown Tony, but I have not started Dragon Ball Super yet. Oh, I feel so bad saying that, but I actually haven't started it. I feel so bad for admitting to that, but it's the truth. Don't hurt me. Do you think we should get Jake Delhomme back? Shoot. Jake Delhomme's definitely a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. Shoot. Despite the 5 interception playoff game, Jake Delhomme's a better quarterback. Currently in the Grandola arc for DBS manga. Yeah, MacTown Tony, yes, it's the truth. I have a huge backlog on anime, but I'm currently watching Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. So yeah, I know MacTown, Tony. I know. I know. Don't hurt me. uh yes, bring back Jimmy Clausen too. No. 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 Come on now. Come on now. He was worse than Chris Winky. He worse than Chris Winky. Shoot. At least Chris Winky won a Heisman Trophy. I don't know how he won a Heisman Trophy, but he was the best quarterback of all time. You pick Jake Delhomme over Cam Newton, Retribution Brown. Jimmy won us Cam Newton. He's a ouch. He won us Cam Newton. He's a Panthers legend. Oh man. Well, I mean, ugh, ugh. I guess he did his part. I guess he did his part. Oh, okay. So you pick Jake Delhomme over Cam Newton. Interesting. Very interesting. And I say that because there are some Panther fans. There are some Panther fans that would pick Jake Delhomme over Cam Newton. And I get it. I totally get it. I mean, he's another quarterback that we've made it to a Super Bowl with. So I totally get that. Jake could be a great offensive caller. Um, could he? I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. Jake Delhomme as a offensive coordinator. That's intriguing. What do y'all think about? What do y'all think of that? Jake Delhomme as offensive coordinator. You know, that's intriguing. That's actually intriguing. You might be onto something there, MacTown Tony. Super Trepo says, Jason, you know it's bad when people are saying bring back Clausen and Jake. Yeah, it's bad. It's been bad for a while. I see maybe the Panthers getting a new young quarterback in the next draft, or maybe go for Jimmy Garoppolo in the offseason. The only thing I would say about that, I could definitely see drafting a quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo, my thing is he can't stay healthy. He's got quite an injury history. That's my only thing with Jimmy Garoppolo. Which, like I said, he's another one. He has played in a Super Bowl, but he can't stay healthy consistently because he's the goat, and Sam Darnold's a hell no. Uh, yeah. MacTown Tony, that's an intriguing idea. That's actually an intriguing idea. I feel like, I mean, shoot, because there's still quite a lot of love from the fans and the organization for Jake Delhomme. So I could see that. I could see that being. I could see that being a thing. If there was a way to get Jake Delhomme back into the league, that would be interesting. That would definitely be interesting. We should get Colin Kaepernick. At first, I thought about that a long time ago, Retribution Brown, but now with kind of how he is, I don't think I would roll with Colin Kaepernick. I mean, nah. At one point, I used to vouch for Colin Kaepernick, but he says a lot of outlandish, really off the wall stuff, and just I don't know where that dude's mind is. I don't know where his mind is. And not only that, when he had the opportunity and was being vouched for, getting back into the league and getting opportunity, he ruined his own shot. He ruined his own shot. So I don't know. I think Colin Kaepernick may have closed some doors with just how he carries himself and just some of the stuff that he says and does. I feel like he's closed some doors on opportunities for that. But I just don't feel like mentally that he is ready. Physically, he may be ready to play football and athletically gifted and such, and could probably do some damage, but just I feel like the head games and politics and just how he's carrying himself makes it hard for me to believe. Yeah, Nathan John. See what I see, Nathan John. Agreed, Blitz. He doesn't want to play. He just wants to make his point. His head isn't in football. Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. Who do you prefer, Colin Kaepernick or Cam Newton, and why? Cam Newton, because he has the most to prove. He has the most to prove. He has the most to prove because he could get signed to Carolina and he could say, you know what? I'm going to show you why you should have never let me go. I think he would be in great position to be like, I'm going to show you why y'all should have never let me go. Because you have to also think about it, Retribution Brown. The locker room, the overall aura, and the overall just chemistry, the overall culture was so unique when Cam Newton was on this Carolina Panthers team. It was infectious. It was infectious in a good way and somewhat in a bad way as well. But the culture of this team was something very unique when Cam Newton was on this team. The dabbing, the MVP season. When you think you're going to sack him on a 3rd and 19, he escapes and gets the first down. Him handing out footballs for every touchdown scored. Him setting the record for most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Him finessing a defense by taunting him and then throwing a touchdown, all in the same amount of time. This team and organization, the culture was very unique when Cam Newton was on the team. And ever since he has been released, gone. Hasn't been the same. VF number says, I agree. Then again, anyone that signs Colin Kaepernick is asking for a media circus distraction. You think Josh Love should have played today instead of Sam Darnold? That's a tough question. That's a tough question. Do you collect NFL cards? No. My brother used to. Oh, nah, he mainly collected baseball cards, but me, nah, I'm not. I can't say that I'm really a card collector. But back to Retribution Brown's question. Here's the thing with that. It really came down to a pick your poison situation. At the last minute, Sam Darnold cleared the concussion protocol, and it was a game time decision. Now, we could have gone with him or PJ Walker. Would you have really gone with PJ Walker, being that he got the reps in all week with the number ones. And we did get Josh Love signed to the practice squad, yet they didn't activate him. They didn't activate him. So I mean, at the end of the day, Sam Darnold is the starter for a reason. It may be a very outlandish reason, but you have to think, would he have given us, would anybody else on the team, on the roster currently, would anybody else have given us a better chance to win? There's fair argument to say that PJ Walker would have given us a better chance to win, but he hasn't really shown that. Sam Darnold should have rested or something, but no, because he will get hurt again. I mean, I think the logical, probably smart answer would have been probably to sit Sam out for one more game. But I will say this, after that second or third interception, probably after that third interception, they should have benched him. That is on Matt Rule. It was on Matt Rule. After that third pick, he should have been benched for the rest of the game. Period. He should have been benched. But Matt Rule didn't do that. So that's on Matt Rule. All right, VF numbers. I will see you later. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you in some VF. We'll duke it out again. But yeah, that's on Matt Rule. He should have benched him after that third pick. Some may say after the second one, but he should have been benched after that third pick. Like, that's on coaching. That's on coaching. But, oh man, this one hurt, y'all. This one really, really hurt. No production out of the offense. I mean, only 78 total rushing yards, 172 total passing yards. Oh, this offense. Our longest play was 10 yards. Our longest play was 10 yards on the ground, actually 10 yards rushing, and then in the air was 33 yards, which was Chuba Hubbard's one catch. Did you went to the game? No, I didn't go to this one. The last one I went to was the Eagles game. That's the only one I've been to so far this year. It does make me wonder how many Patriot fans went to the game. Because, according to what Big Cat was saying, there was a lot of Vikings fans, the game he went to. And I believe he also went to the Patriots game. I think they had a meet and greet. I kind of wonder how many Patriot fans went to that game. Because when I went to the Eagles game, it was surrounded with a barrage of Eagles fans. There was a lot of green in that stadium. So, oh, man. We're just going to have to see how things go this week. But it was just abysmal today. Very abysmal. But yeah, I'm going to get here and get ready to head out, y'all. Got to finish. I got to finish Power Struggle. But yeah. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's all I can really say, y'all. But no matter what, keep pounding. And something's got to be done. Something's got to be done now. Somebody got to get let go. Got to something. Something's got to be done. Yelling, screaming, a super kick here, a super kick there, a firing here, a shake up, something. Because we're getting ready to travel to the desert and take on the Cardinals, who just whipped up on the 49ers with not even a full healthy squad. The only thing I just wonder is how bad of a mollywhopping is it going to be? How badly are we going to get destroyed? We'll talk about it later this week. But until then, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. But thank y'all so much for stopping by and for chatting it up with me. I do appreciate the support. Thank you for the likes. And yeah, I hope y'all have a blessed week, or at least try to have a blessed week. Despite this going down, try to have a blessed week. Try to keep your heads up. Wait! What you got to say, Happy Gamer? I'll wait for you. What you got to say? What you got to say? You got one more question? Oh, you too. You too. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah. So keep pounding. Hope y'all have a blessed week. I'll see y'all very soon. Catch up with y'all. Blitzball Champ Gaming out. This episode of Carolina Panthers Talk. God bless. See y'all later.